I am off. I don't want to listen to him. I don't want to hear his voice. I don't want to see his hair.
Can we make an agreement though? Like, can we just stop talking about Ten Hag for a while? I'm sick of repeating myself on it.
I'll be on the show. I'll be on the show later on, slagging him off or doing something, won't I?
Shut
up. We've lost.
Last night we announced that you'd launched your new channel.
Watching you is like watching kids.
Have we told anyone about the umbrella incident?
To the quiz part of the show.
Yay.
Yes, here we go. Right, okay. The Germans are coming, babe. New manager for England. Who'd have thought they would be talking about a German manager on this podcast on United Couple for England?
I think you say it as the Germans are coming every week for one reason or another.
I love the saying. If anyone has seen the film Snatch and Jason Statham's character in that and that moment, the Germans are coming. Like, it's like, I don't even know why, but I just say it from that film.
There's been a lot of heat this week about a German manager, hasn't there?
Are you bothered? Has it got to a stage of England where it's like, I just don't care, someone has get the bleeding job done?
I'm of the mindset of, I'd rather it be an English manager, but to say I'm bothered about having a different nationality managing us, I'm not really that bothered. And I think as long as we've got the best manager, which I think we've got a really good manager in Tuchel, then isn't that what matters? I don't know. I understand people's point of view. I'm just not that bothered.
The patriarchs. Is that how you say it? Patriarchs. Patriarchs, patriotism. That's like the saying. That's the phrase, isn't it?
That's the saying.
The patriotism within this country. I mean,
patriotism.
Is it? Get in the comments and tell us. Like, it's one of them things. They know what we mean anyway. Yeah. But we do have this stubbornness about us, the old English, don't we? To be honest, it's not just football. It's every walk of life.
Yeah.
Going on holiday, you can just tell a nationality, can't you?
Yeah.
You can just tell.
Yeah, you can. But I suppose we'll see where we end up in the next tournament.
What do you reckon? I mean, it's about 18-month contracts. Is that weird?
I don't know. What did he usually get?
Not 18 months. It's usually about 3 or 4 years.
Okay, yeah. Trial and error.
Trial and error.
I think, do you reckon they just couldn't get the English manager that they wanted to get? And that's why we've ended up...
Personally, I don't think there was an English manager.
Do you not?
Nope, I don't think there was. I think it was all that was available in terms of quality. The Tuchel obviously was available. We know that as United fans because we were hoping that we might get... Well, not everyone was hoping that we would got Tuchel at United, but I think me and you were both happy with Tuchel.
What do you make of the whole situation that Tuchel had already agreed with England on the day that we had the big board meeting where fans thought there was going to be a decision made on Ten Hag and potentially Tuchel was going to be the man, but behind the scenes he's signing for England?
I think it did have an impact on the decision because if they were going to go to that board meeting with Tuchel in the bag and use it as a weapon as to possibly be the right way to go forward, then it was kind of thrown right back in their faces and they went into that meeting and ill prepared for a plan B, you could say. And in the end, United have had to just stick with Ten Hag and we're here talking now ahead of a game against Brentford in, I can only describe as pure fear, the same old shit coming back again.
There's so many unknowns, isn't there, as to what actually happened. Like, we don't know what the inner workings are of United with Ineos, but it could be that, as people have reported, Tuchel had like an agreement to take over at United, and he's chosen England over us.
It'll come out in a book. Yeah. Wait for his book after he wins the World Cup.
Yeah, but we've got to wait years then probably for that to happen. So we get to get
all of them stories.
Aren't you one of them people that wants to know? Like, I wish I'd love to know what's really
fly on the wall.
Because for all we know, Ineos might have said no to Tuchel in the summer. We literally do not know, and it's like everyone's guessing now who the next manager's going to be if Ten Hag gets sacked, and it's like now it's likely to be Frank apparently, and I'm kind of. I mean,
that changes every week.
I don't dislike Frank. I'd take him over Ten Hag, I would, but I'm almost like, Ineos, please tell me you've got something better up your sleeves. And after all these months that United fans have gone through of, are we keeping Ten Hag, are we not, who would take over, that you're going to be like, told you, we had it all ready and we're going to be amazed because we're going to get this great manager. Like, I don't feel confident in that, but I'm like, please tell me you've got something.
You just want to feel like the massive organisation that's running Manchester United has got a plan. I don't think they have.
That's
I really.
If they don't, that really concerns me.
I was talking to Alfie. I've been talking to our kids. I've said it to many people now. I just don't think they expected Manchester United to be this bad. No one expected United to be where they are in the Premier League right now,
but then
and where we are in the
me as
Europa
well,
League.
that Ineos, when they've done their evaluation in the summer, have not said it could go this way or this way. If things go well, we follow this path. But if things drop off a cliff, which they have, then we follow this path. Like, are they that short-sighted that they think, yeah, we're really happy with everything we're going to do and it's definitely going to work, so we don't need a plan B? Like, if that's seriously where we're at, then I'm seriously concerned with it.
I was concerned with them judging the Ten Hag and keeping him off the back of one game. I said this at the time. You cannot balance a big decision like this off a beating City in the FA Cup final, and it will always come back to smack them in the face. It will always come back on them, and everyone will go back to that day.
Do you see any chance in this being turned around?
No, not one bit, but I live in hope constantly as a United fan. I've said it all along.
I seen a comment the other day where someone wrote to you, "Oh, Adam, I bet you'll love it if we get beat by Brentford at the weekend." And I thought,
I'm like,
you're so out of touch with where we are. Like, we're still United fans. Just because we really sped up of getting beat and the manager being rubbish, it doesn't mean we want to get beat. I just don't understand. Like, yeah, we pay like loads of money to go to Old Trafford and sit there, and yeah, we want to get beat. I don't think so. I don't understand people. Social media right now runs the world, and I tell you why. Every single platform has its own characters. You will have the people who watch YouTube, I feel, and there may be people who look at all the platforms and not just categorising this as a definite. This is what you think.
But you have the people on YouTube, I feel, are more educated and want more detail. They want context, and they don't just want a out-and-out, just raging sort of remark or someone who's giving a big, bold statement. TikTok, honestly, I've got no idea.
Anything.
Wow. That place is a world of madness.
Yeah.
X, if you want to hate someone, you go to X.
That's where you go.
It's as simple as that.
Platform.
As soon as you put anything on there, on that platform, no matter what you put, no matter how positive you are, someone will find a negative and reply to you with a negative. It's just where people go to be pricks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it like that, but that just is what that platform is. I don't like it. It's great for news, and it's great to get information quickly. That's the best thing about that platform.
Just don't read any comments.
Yeah, honestly, it is just pure poisonous. Facebook's got cobwebs on it. I don't even go there. I don't know what the point of it is. It's just a spin-off from Instagram, and Instagram is...
Instagram a spin-off from Facebook?
Yeah, it's just like... It's the same company, isn't it? It's the same thing. Everything you put on Instagram goes on Facebook. I think Facebook for a business, yeah. Well, Facebook social media now, I look on people on there, I'm like, do you actually realise what's going on in the world? Like, why are you still on Facebook?
Can we make an agreement though? Like, can we just stop talking about Ten Hag for a while? Because I can't be. Like, I'm sick of repeating myself on it.
Baldy's best, and we'll wait till this weekend's games are done, and then we'll talk again. Yeah.
I know we're going to end up talking about it.
I'll be on the show. I'll be on the show later on, slagging him off or doing something, won't I? I think this morning's show, I managed to avoid all of that, but talking about the Brentford game and the amount of tickets going back, and you in particular should have a point on this, because you said exactly the same thing yourself in terms of going to Old Trafford and it being a shit day. You
get the excitement before the game, and like you said on your show, like, you enjoy the build-up and everything. Yeah. And then when you get home, you're like, why did I go? Like, why was I excited? What was I looking forward to?
Why did I fucking bother? Like, honestly, I might as well have gone to bleeding Dunelms or something like that.
I washed my hair this morning. I can see it all sticking up and being annoying. Why is hair like this?
Because of Ten Hag.
You're blaming him for that?
Yeah, I'm blaming him for that as well.
You've got an agenda, you know.
Yeah, I'm just playing to everyone. I'm not, honestly.
I can see my hair sticking up.
It's a different really product, I'm afraid. No one can tell, so don't worry. But now you've pointed it out to him. Now you've pointed it out to him. At least this isn't on X anyway. Someone would call you a tramp for not washing your hair.
What have you got on your pretty little list today? There better not be any quizzes on there.
Yep, there is. No, it's a simple one. Dead easy. Well, we're not going to get into that yet. But no, it's about going into this Brentford game. I am fearing it. But do you remember the Brentford games and the Brentford experience? It's a weird game, miss, because I remember going to Brentford. In that piping hot day, we got beat 4-0, Ten Hag's second game, Honestly, I felt I was going to die of dehydration. I was sat with the home fans.
You had the sun
It
on
was
you, didn't
one
you?
of the worst experiences watching football I've ever seen in my life. United had a shit kit on. You couldn't see them in the sun because it was that horrible luminous green one. If I could, and I've been in a City stand when we've been beaten 4-1 at the Etihad, but this took some beating for every single aspect of it. The aircon wasn't working in the car.
I don't see it being that bad again, though.
No, the aircon wasn't working in the car. It was like 85 degrees. Going there was sweating my ass off.
What's 85 degrees? Like, I don't know what
It's
85
like what?
degrees
It's like
is.
late 30s.
Right.
Yeah.
Late 30s?
Yeah,
I remember
it's
it
going
was
in
hot.
like
God, that is
no,
hot.
sorry, no. It's like I'd say like low to mid 30s. So a little bit on top there. But in a car with no
a
aircon
car?
working, and then in a stadium with sweaty Bettys everywhere around you. Do you know what I mean? And it's the home end. And you're being dicks, and all the goals that went in the whole game came in the goal that I was sat behind. Nothing happened in the second half.
Oh, at least we got a draw.
Oh yeah, we drew the second half. That is like the worst scene in football, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, let's forget about being 8-0 down, guys. Let's just win the second half.
Let's not lose.
Shut up. We've lost. How you can get up for that, I don't know. But Brentford always holds mixed
Painful
emotions
memories,
for me.
yeah.
Because last season, we had the euphoria of Scotty McTerminator scoring
I've
2 goals in
forgotten that
injury
game, to be
time.
honest.
But that covered over a hell of a lot of cracks that game.
Yeah.
Massive.
How many games have covered over cracks?
Every single one.
Many.
Every single one.
Yeah.
That's how you have to do that. If everyone is going to defend what's happening right now, I'd say take it game by game. Well, I'm just saying back to them, look, you're just covering it up game by game.
I want to make a point now while I'm thinking about Scott McTominay. Obviously, he's gone to Napoli and he's doing really well, isn't he? And you can argue that's the Italian league, which I would say. Because I just think, I don't necessarily think it's like one league's better than the other. I just think certain leagues suit certain players better. Mm-hmm. But I keep getting this argument all the time, like the players aren't good enough. It's not Ten Hag's fault, it's them players. And I always say this, like, for me, it's not the players. To an extent, the players have to take some responsibility, yes, but why do all of our players leave and look like the 10 times better players than what they are at United? So all the players that we've got now, imagine like Kobe Mainu and the likes of that playing at a team that's functioning well.
No.
If say Dalot left and Mainu left, and I don't know, pick a few players and went to various clubs, I guarantee 6 months from now we'll be like, why did we sell that player? Look at his value's gone up, look how good he's doing. I guarantee it is not the players, is the players look bad at United. And I've said this before, that's not just a Ten Hag issue, is it? Because it's been happening for years.
Culture.
But what? I don't know why we suffer with this.
That leads into the debate that everyone says all the time on a few TV shows. How many of these players would get into the top 4 teams in the Premier League? Well, I think a lot of them probably would, because they'd automatically play better under better systems
That's
and
it.
better
I
players.
agree. I get the point in that when you see them week in, week out, you wouldn't put them in them teams. But if they then went to them teams, I guarantee you they would fit in, and they would probably shine as well, some of them.
Yeah, they would, 100%. That's why Real Madrid won Dalot. If Dalot goes to Real Madrid, Dalot is going to win multiple Champions League trophies and fit right into a system that suits his game, where the pressure isn't on him and the scrutiny is as high as it is. Like, yeah, the scrutiny's on, but that's down to performance. And if you're performing personally very well in that side, it's not looked at the same way, because the rest of the team is also performing, because the freaking system works. It works to the players, and he just doesn't at United. Stubborn old fool Eric just won't see it, and he's like, how many times have we said this week, and you just change it. His press conferences today, and I'm off. I am off. I don't want to listen to him. I don't want to hear his voice. I don't want to see his hair or his facial expressions or anything like that.
He's going to be asked, though, isn't he, about all the rumours about him being sacked.
All of his 3 key points, the process, the plan, and the bounce back, that's all coming in.
Let's do a game, like how many times he's going to say the word process or plan.
Yes. That's it. Get in the comments below. This was recorded before Ten Hag's press conference.
Everyone's going to cheat. Not that I don't trust.
Oh, actually, yeah, because... No.
Right, you guess now
well, let's
how
do
many
it now.
times he'll say process.
So, are we saying how many times he's going to say them 3 words together?
Yeah, what 3 words?
Process, the plan, and the bounce back.
Just process and plan. We'll go with the P's.
The double P.
But are we going to actually record how many times he says it? I'm not watching it back.
The press conference is on. I'm going to have to listen to it, I'm afraid. It's like punishment, isn't it?
Let's not play the game. Let's not play the game. It's not worth it.
I would say at least 10 times anyway.
Right, okay.
And his press conference last 5-10 minutes because for some reason United...
He don't like talking, does he?
He doesn't. He's shit with the media. He really is. But
anyway,
this is what we're used to now.
Can we talk about my game now?
Yeah, Caz. I'm going to actually, the floor is yours.
No,
there was an input. No, I'll tell you what. I'll do the build-up.
Yeah, because I feel like I can't compliment myself.
Okay. I take some responsibility for the team. It's not been working, has it?
Well, actually,
and they might be watching some of the people who are on the team right now.
You like talking, you don't you?
I had an idea. I spoke to James. I thought, why not try so-and-so?
I was going to talk about this bit, but I can't get worded.
No, I'm going with this. You stay there. You talk about your bit.
I wasn't going to go anywhere.
Like, I'm just teeing you up here right now. Accept it.
I was going to tee you up, but you just tee yourself up.
No, I'm teeing you up. How can I tee myself up when I'm going to, leave you to the big ending?
I don't want that.
Right, I'm doing it. Right. Okay. So we said, move these players into so-and-so positions, try this formation.
Can I start from the beginning now?
And we're like, what do you mean?
Right, so James, my coach, texts you quite a lot, doesn't he? And you're like his little helper.
I won't say little, sorry, he's little, I'm big.
I'm like diminishing your responsibility in your role now.
Yeah,
but basically,
we've
been to Frankie's game on Sunday, we went and got some breakfast afterwards, and he texted you saying he still doesn't know what he's going to do, bearing in mind the match is that afternoon. So I said, listen, why don't you just say to him, this is what I'd play, and then he can take what he wants from it. So you were straight on your phone, getting all excited with your typing. Took a while to write the team, but got there in the end. So you actually put your team across and you changed things up a little bit based on my input as well. I'll let you take over from there because I've set the scene. You set the scene.
You took the whole lot of credit for it.
Well, the cat fits.
No, well, I said, put so-and-so here, so-and-so there. I'm not going to say that your manager doesn't have a clue what he's doing while everyone could be watching it like you did. So I'll play it safe.
No, he does have a clue. He just gets lost, I think, because he's got so many issues.
He's top heavy, so we got a lot of good forwards. Anyway, I said, do this and do that. It was a team that had done well so far this season, that we were on maybe a similar par to us. Anyway, we went into the game and everyone's like, God, please work. This has to work this time.
He was nervous, wasn't he?
He was nervous, bless him. This has to work. Anyway, our first home game, by the way, we won 11-1.
Yay.
It was like, wow. And
against a team that were at our level based on results.
They were at our level and a bit above going off the table, and we won 11-1. And Caz
scored 5.
That's all I wanted to do was give you that moment. But you wanted more.
I thought you was going to get upset because I didn't get 6.
You nearly got a double hat-trick. Seriously, you should have probably.
Probably.
But 5 will do.
I was quite ruthless though. I didn't squander a lot of chances.
You scored an absolute belter. Your 4th goal was definitely my favourite one.
Let's talk about the 4th goal.
Well, you was on the right-hand side, going forward of a front 2, tucked inside.
Back to goal.
20 yards out, I would say, just on the edge.
Yeah, I'm a back to goal and I was past the ball and then I turned inside.
First time, hit it with a left peg and it flew into the top bins. Left peg.
No one's got a video of that.
You scored with both feet, hadn't you, in that game as well?
Yeah.
I think you scored 2 with your left and 3 with your right.
I can't remember.
Because you scored, I think, the tapping at the end with your left foot as well, so...
No, I don't think it was.
All right, I was trying to give you more credit there, but... One left peg into the top bins, but taking it anyway. Yeah. But, yeah, I was stood there, sidelines, very proud of my girl. I was like, that's the standard I expect.
You are like that. If I miss, I don't want to look at you.
Honestly, watching you is like watching kids.
Have we told anyone about the umbrella incident?
When I threw my umbrella?
Yeah,
I think we have.
I missed a chance. Well, I didn't even miss a chance. I've done really well. I took some plays on in the box, shot low and hard to the corner. Keeper made a good save. I looked round and he's literally having a big Barney with his umbrella, throwing it across the pitch because he was annoyed that I didn't score. All
right, let's go back to what really happened. It didn't happen. I basically threw the umbrella down, stabbed it into the ground like you do in frustration. Kaz's explanation of me throwing it all over the pitch, I'm sure would have been kicked off.
That's how it looks from where I was.
No, you were just exaggerating. But at least it took the focus off you missing anyway.
No, because I looked at you and I thought, I'm in trouble. I made him angry.
I was at this point and I'm just like, go in. Fucking go in. I literally kick every single ball. I do it with Alfred. I knew
once I got my first goal, I'd be fine.
I do it with Frankie. Every ball, I'm just like, even watching Frankie at school, used to them, I'm just like, why is she switching off?
You
I'm
get
like, I'm
annoyed.
going into like
You
business
know, all
mode
school
again.
parents are so much different to football parents, and they're like clapping everything, and they're like, oh, that's good, yeah, that's nice, and everything's so nice. And then Adam's there like, this isn't good enough, what's she playing at? And I'm like, shh, we're at school, teachers are there.
Don't care. It's got to be better. There's always room for
And he's
improvement.
like slagging other kids off, and I don't know who the parents are, and I'm like, shh.
I didn't. There were just some girls that probably... No, I won't say anymore.
Yeah,
I won't
let's
say
not.
anymore. That's probably too much. But yes, that into a busy week. You was in Brussels with work.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about Mickey.
What? The one the cat brought back, or the one that...
Well, you can go. It's been a week full of mice, Mises.
I'm not
everywhere
happy right now. So we stayed at a really nice hotel in Brussels, and I think it was the second night was having like a team dinner, and as we was finishing up, I think we paid the bill. And my colleagues are from Sweden. One was from America, one's from Saudi, so it's like a bit of a mixed bag. And one of the Swedish ladies looked round, and then she started kind of like screaming, but she had a phone in her hand at the same time, so we thought she'd got some bad news. We're all just like, you know, when you're waiting to find out what it was. And then we kind of all like stood up at the same time, and she was screaming because there was a mouse. And I was like, oh no, like we've just eaten as well. So they went over to like the reception, which was close by to where we was eating, and said like, we just seen a mouse, and they were like, oh yeah, it's Mickey.
Just
we call it Mickey.
Mickey. So instead of dealing with a pest problem, they integrated it into the theme of the hotel.
I mean, where we were, it was in Liège, and it is like, I guess the part of the city, because I didn't get time to explore, was quite old. So I suppose it's just one of them things, isn't it, in that time of year? And one of the ladies who was from Sweden as well said, well, we get them in the summer house at this time of year. And she really wasn't bothered, but the other lady was really bothered. And then the next morning, she came down and she seen me eating breakfast, and she went, oh, so you had breakfast? And I thought, well, I've already eaten, I might as well just carry on.
So she was basically saying, are you still having breakfast even though you've seen a mouse running around
Nobody
the place?
else was bothered, but I mean, I didn't like the mouse, let's get that right. But
Oh, you made that very clear when you got back home as well.
yeah, but the cat is out of order, Adam. Like, seriously.
Told you we need to get rid of the cat.
I know, I can't get rid of the cat for doing cat things, though. Like, if the mouse got in the house, we'd be saying, why isn't the cat doing its job? My issue with it is bringing it to the back door and sitting there with it in front of her, waiting for praise. Like, what's wrong with her?
So she didn't get the praise, you were shouting at her. So
No, Frankie went out and gave her a right mouthful, didn't
So
he?
then she decides to start eating the mouse
No, I'm
because you
sick
weren't
now.
giving her enough.
That's disgusting.
That cat.
I went upstairs and left you.
Did-
I went, I cannot sit and watch this happen.
I know. And Mickey too is still outside on the...
Yeah, no, the dog tried to
garden
get
now.
it before, so don't let the dog out.
Yeah, he'd swallow it whole, him.
Oh, don't.
He'd be thinking, oh, yes, dessert.
Oh, no,
That's what
you're the man. You need to go and solve that
I will go
problem.
and shovel it out. I'll just launch it into that.
No, you won't
house
launch
over
it.
there.
No, you won't, Adam.
Yeah, they're the ones with the loud dogs that go, whee! Mouse flying
I
through
don't
the
even
air.
know what to say right now because I'm not sure if you mean it or not.
If I really didn't like him, I would. I'd launch the mouse over.
That's bad, that.
The dog will eat it over there. Loud,
No, I don't want to think about
loud
it.
little shit that he
I
is,
actually, I
yapping
do
away.
genuinely feel like quite sick right now.
Yeah.
Enough talk about mice.
Haribo.
Yeah, what about? Oh, I brought some Haribos back.
Haribos, there you go. That should take your mind off mice.
Everyone in the chat all week was like, "Have you got Adam his chocolate yet?" And I was like, "You can sod off."
I tell you, you drop any sort of like comment or hint into anything, that they pick up on it, don't they?
Yeah.
They pick up on it.
Well, last
and-
night we announced that you'd launched your new channel.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people asked, because I said Adam's got some content news, and I specifically said content news because I know what everyone's like, and I know what they'd start coming up with all sorts of ideas of what our big news was. But still, people like Caz and Adam having a baby.
I didn't even mention it at the start of the show. You just teed
You're
everyone
oblivious
up.
usually. Well, I regretted it because I spent the whole show having to reply to everyone's guesses. In the end, I said, right, stop guessing now, do my head in.
Yeah, well, it was. We launched Football Talks, the
Yeah.
first video yesterday.
Oh,
which
please
was
go and
Paul
check it out.
Pogba.
It's so good.
Go and give it a watch, everyone. We spent a bit of time on it. We're doing it a little bit differently on the content side of things, but
Yeah.
I'm just sick of only talking about United. I need to get more football fix and
I get
talk
that because
about it
sometimes
more.
I see news and I'm like, that'd be great to talk about and get into, but it's not United, so it doesn't make sense to do it on a United channel. But I like the fact that on this channel you're taking a different approach in terms of how you do the content.
Trying to have a bit of laugh with it as well, because doing United right now, it is, like I said, I can be as happy and as cheerful as one, but it's the old phrase, isn't it? You can't polish a turd. There's only so much you can do to try and brighten up the environment, but with United right now, it's crap. And doing some other content and mixing it up and having a bit of fun with it, I think that's the way forward. Like, it gives you that sort of like buzz back again.
Cheer you up a little bit.
Yeah, like I can actually know that I've got to do United content, and then afterwards I'll be like, oh, at least I've got football talk. I can talk about something else and take my mind off the bleeding shit.
When you go to do a show, you're almost like...
It does feel like it's like...
I'll be back in 45 minutes.
Here we go. It's like, what's he done now?
And I'm like, don't worry.
What's he done now? I fully expect a therapy session with Jay tomorrow night when we get back, and a breakdown of... I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but yeah, a lot of people are saying...
Do you think we're going to win?
No, I said 1-1. I said 1-1 already.
Yeah, but again, that'll just seem good enough for Ineos, I think, and we'll just carry on. and I don't want to get beat, but I don't want to keep accepting poor performances and poor results either.
But he needs to win all the games right now. Like, the only way he stays into December for me is if he wins this next 7 games.
Yeah.
And in that, we've got West Ham away, Chelsea at home,
the thing is,
Brentford.
You look at the league, and obviously you've got the negative part in that if we lose some more games, we're going to drop like scarily low. But then if you look at the top part, if we get a bit of a run together, we could be up there again. And I know it's like, it feels like endless hope at the minute because that's all we're asking for, and it never happens. But I'm just trying to think of something positive.
Like, we've gone so far low now that even if we do have a bit of a run, it's going to get us nowhere before we hit that next wall, which we will inevitably hit, and then come back again, and it will level itself out, and we'll finish between 8th and 10th.
Plus, we've got injuries now as well.
Oh, I'm not even going into it. I don't know. Well, I'm moving on anyway.
Moving on.
Right. Overpaid players underperforming takes us into the quiz part of the show.
Yay!
Yes, here we go. Right, okay.
This better be a good
Easy,
one.
dead easy. Okay. Straightforward. Top 5 paid Manchester United players of all time. And just to give you a clue...
We've done this before.
We haven't. Right. Paid, as in wages.
Yeah, don't like this one either, but go on.
Yeah, you can guess. They're all in the last 4 years, so it makes it easy for you.
Okay.
Obviously, with inflation and the way that prices have gone. But we've got 5 players. I want you to name 5 players, top 5, Manchester United's highest earners.
Right, I'm just going to say 5, and then you have to tell me how many I got correct.
Okay, that's fine. Go.
Ready? Casemiro, Rashford, Sancho, De Gea,
one more guess.
Varane.
You got 2 right.
2?
2.
What did I get right?
Sancho and De Gea. They're the only 2 that you got in the top 5. And they are 3rd and 4th on the list.
Wow.
So you've got to get number 1,
going to be something
number
that we
2,
don't expect then, isn't
and
it?
number 5. No. There's a trick one in there. There's one that you won't believe.
Thanks for that.
There's one you won't believe.
Okay, well, I've had my go. You tell me the answers now.
No. Just think, like, one of them...
You're going to give it away, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll ever say it. Like...
Ericsson?
No.
I just thought it could be the trick one.
No. Think stupid signings.
In the last 4 years?
Oh, come on. There's one of them that's really obvious.
Yeah. Ronaldo?
Yes, number 1.
I forget that was 4. Do
you want to know what Ronaldo was on?
Go on. No, I don't. Yeah, go on.
26.5 million a year, which equated to £510,000 a week. That was what Ronaldo was being paid.
Oh my God.
The highest earner ever at Manchester United.
But he loved the club. Okay.
And you're not going to believe number 2. You won't believe number 2. It is the biggest joke and the biggest sort of, like, let's just say, example of how poorly this football club has been run. And he was only on 10 grand less than Ronaldo.
How do we not know who it is? Is he still at the club?
No. And we didn't even pay for him.
Oh, I don't know. My mind's gone blank. Tell me. It's annoying me.
Alexis Sanchez.
4 years?
5, 2020 he finished.
I wouldn't have guessed that because I thought that was ages
18
ago.
to 20 Sanchez was at the club.
And what was he paid?
£500,000 a week.
No way.
Yeah, I'll make a great little short out of this in a bit. And number 5, that's all you need to get now.
No, I don't know. Give up.
We spoke about him on the other channel.
Pogba?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Pogba. He was on a measly 15 million a year.
I ultimately failed at this quiz.
When you add them up, like Ronaldo 26.5 million, Sanchez 26 million, De Gea was on 19.5 million a year.
It is absolutely
18.2 million.
That's actually sickened me as well, not as much as the Mount.
Like Varane was in there and coming into that, but I wanted to make them because they were sort of like big talking point players. Like Varane, yeah, you could add. He is in there and he was earning quite a lot of money, and now Bruno is coming up there as well. But
at least you can kind of argue
stand out.
Yeah, they sort of deserve.
Ridiculous, weren't they?
That is insane. I can't believe that. The Ronaldo one annoyed me, but then when you said Sanchez was close to that, like, what on earth were we playing at? That is so bad.
Ed Woodward at his finest, I'm afraid that was.
What a dick.
Ed Woodward at his finest.
How far have we got left? Because I want to go shopping.
Yeah, we can go shopping now. We can round up everything there. Everyone, thank you so much. That is episode 24.
Is that 24? Why do we keep doing this? Because honestly,
like
once we got past 10 hours gone.
It's like a game, isn't it? Like, it just shows you how long we've been doing it, though, I suppose.
Yeah, we're doing good.
That's what it is. Like, almost coming up to the halfway through a year.
Yeah.
Nearly 6 months worth of podding.
Pudding.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Please get your comments in below. Were you as shocked as we was with them wages? And will United actually get, I don't know, performance or result? You choose. Tell us in the comment section. We'll know anyway by the weekend. Caz, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
Let's see how much money Caz spends in the Trafford Centre.